people hear like Section 8, they automatically assume that your rent is little to nothing. So my son worked a seasonal job, and so because of that get looked as unreported income. So now I have to pay back PHA. So because they don't take a cashier's check, I have to go back past my bank, deposit it back into my bank. So that's what we're doing. And then I also got a check in the mail about a settlement, and it was about the Square app. And yeah, don't know what it's for exactly, but we got a check for $93. We're going to deposit that. And then I have to take back this balloon thing because I thought I could blow it up at the dollar store if I purchased it. Even if I was going to pay the price of me buying a balloon there, they still said no. I had a feeling they were going to say that because I asked that before, but I still tried it. So we have to take that back and get my money back. Hopefully it's not too late. So that's what we're doing this morning. So come with me to do my quick little errand. When people hear like Section 8, they automatically assume that your rent is little to nothing, and that's not the case. Like, people be so ignorant when it comes to stuff like that, or try to like shame you or bash you for even having a voucher. It's crazy to me. If you sit there and talk about somebody else's situation as far as how they provide for their family, yeah, something is wrong with you. So yeah, my rent is a nice piece of change still, and it really all depends on the property too, because with Section 8 you can pick whatever property you want to live in, so you really determine your own rent basically, for real. So if you get a property that costs a nice piece of penny, chances are your rent is going to still be adjusted to a nice piece of penny. And even though they're not allowed to put it to where it's unaffordable, however, even though it's adjusted to your income, it can still be a struggle to financially take care of the household, because you still got the rent, you still have your utilities, you still have food, you still have all of your personal necessity needs that you need on a day-to-day. So if somebody else try to shame you or bash you on how you provide for your family, they can really kiss your whole ass, for real. Because yeah, I wasn't always on a voucher. I got the voucher, I believe, back in 2023. Yeah, so I benefit off the voucher basically, or how I look at it as is like, you know, if I was to ever lose my job, or at least I know my rent is 100% covered. Like, for an example, last summer, I did take a leave. I took an FMLA. I didn't tell them though, because they can really be all up in your business. But had I would have told them that I was on leave with no income during that period, my rent would have been 100% covered. But I didn't take that route simply because I just didn't. I was luckily fortunate enough that I was in a position to get the support and help that I needed to cover me for those few months or whatever when I was out of work. But if I really needed to, like, you know, my rent would have been covered. So, and on top of that, even though my rent is like pretty much average compared to everybody else, because of my house where I live at, it's still subsidized. So I'm still not, financially responsible for paying the whole entire rent. My rent is a nice piece of change. And a lot of these affordable market properties doesn't really be affordable market properties. Like, the rent still be $2,200 on up, and that's not with everything included. So you do the math. And I have kids, and one is about to go to college soon next year, so you do the math. So again, so I don't really have no shame for letting people know that I do have a voucher. I'm very open and transparent about it, because a lot of people who do have a voucher still don't know all of the benefits and things you can do with your voucher. And not even that, a lot of people don't know how to advocate for themselves when they're on a voucher, because if you don't know, the less you know, the more things people can get over on you. And yeah, so I like to be transparent because I advocate for myself in a lot of things, and what I know, I like to share knowledge in case somebody else may need to use it, so, or in need of something. So, but yeah, I don't know, but that's just my whole spiel on that part. Now, don't get me wrong, it's definitely pros and cons with having a voucher. I did a video on it before on my YouTube channel, which is why I always ask you guys to subscribe to my channel. Even though I know I like take breaks here and there in between, like I do plan on definitely getting back and getting consistent. And but anyway, I do plan on doing another video about it, because I have like a whole 3-phase breakdown method that I kind of like go by when I do my house search, based off of like my personal experience and like the lessons I've learned along the way, because people are not going to be open and honest with you. Really learn by trials and errors. So I learned from like the lessons and the red flags that I experienced, and I just kind of took that into like my lessons learned. So yeah, I do plan on doing another video again on my channel, like much more polished and thorough. So it's Saturday. It's not raining, but it was raining. So however, we're gonna have a heat wave all next week, so I ain't complaining. See, my wig slipped off on me because of the heat, baby. It slipped right on off. But it was about that time. I had it installed for about like 4 or 5 days, so it held up pretty good. So if you ask me, it held up pretty good. So I'm gonna get my daughter to reinstall it for me. Ooh, I think I missed my turn. I was gonna watch a video about like how I could reinstall it myself, but I'm gonna just get her to help me with that because she's really good with these wig stuff. I'm so happy they finally put a bank in the city, because the closest Navy was either New Jersey, Cherry Hill, Jersey, or all the way in Willow Grove. That was the only 2 locations that we had. So the fact that they put one right in South Philly is so convenient for me, because I don't have to travel all the way across the bridge. I don't go all the way to the other side, to the county side. That's like an hour drive for me, depending on traffic. So I'm so happy they put one locally nearby. So I'm about to go inside Navy. You guys don't have a sleeve, do you? Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Another thing too, everybody that's on the program is not ghetto. Like, you really would be surprised who you will see coming in and out of PHA building who's on the voucher. Like, you really would be surprised. And not even that, but like I said, like, you know, they help with scholarships. You can buy a home with your voucher. Like, it's just if you don't ask questions and you don't talk to people, or you're not always doing your own research, you're not going to know. You're never going to know, because nobody is not going to come tell you or save you. So you will be surprised on who's actually on the program. Like, you see LPNs, people who has good jobs, you know, who's well kept, who has well mannerism. Just because you have a voucher does not mean that you just have this low poverty mindset. Now we are in Fresh Grocer, so I can return this balloon. Somebody took the lottery for this Fresh Grocer location back in May 28th for $124,000. Listen, I'll take that. I don't need to be rich. I just need to be well off. That's it. And that concludes our little morning errands. So I just had to stop past the bank and Fresh Grocer to collect my coins back. Even if it's $5, give me mine back. Now I'm about to go back home, eat on a little something. And yeah, like I said, nothing to do today for real. Just clean the crib up. And fall back. Talk to you guys later.
But I'll be on it always, always.